Hello everybody, how are you? I am Mohammed Ahmed and your teacher here, and I will be teaching you different questions and their answers. So I welcome you on classtheater.com where we will be discussing question. So let's get on the question. Our today's question is: the nurse just reassessed the condition of a postoperative patient who was admitted 1 hour ago to the surgical unit after abdominal surgery. The patient has an indwelling urinary catheter in place. The vital signs are temperature 99.6 F into 37.6, pulse 104 beats per minute, respirations 16 breaths per minute, and blood pressure BP 100 by 70 mmHg. Urinary output is 20 ml for the past hour. Based on this data, which actions should the nurse take before notifying the registered nurse? Select all that apply. Option number 1, circulate breath sounds. Option number 2, review vital signs from previous hour. Option number 3, observe the urinary catheter for patency and flow. Option number 4, observe the IV site for patency and correct flow rate. Option number 5, review when the patient last received pain medication. The correct answer of the question, option number 2, review vital signs from previous hour. 3, option number 3, observe the urinary catheter for patency and flow. Option number 4, observe the IV site for patency and correct flow rate. Option number 5, review when the patient last received pain medication. Postoperative vital signs and urinary output are important parameters to determine how the patient is recovering from the surgical procedure. The nurse needs to consider if this data is an early sign of a complication. The nurse should review the previous vital signs to determine whether this is a change from how the vital signs have been trending. Since the BP is slightly low and the pulse rate is slightly fast, nothing when the last pain medication was administered will help the nurse determine whether the vital signs may be affected from the medication. Since opioids lower blood pressure, the nurse should determine whether the IV fluid is infusing correctly and whether affected from the medication. Since opioids lower blood pressure, the nurse should determine whether the IV fluid is infusing correctly and whether the catheter is patient. Urine output should be maintained at a minimum of 30 ml by HR for an adult. An output of less than 30 ml for each of 2 consecutive hours should be reported. The silent preparative or baseline blood pressure is used to make informed post-operative comparisons. Isolation of breath sounds is not part of determining the significance of the vital signs and urinary output. Focus on the subject assessment of the assessment of a postoperative cylinder. To answer this question correctly, you must know the normal range for temperature, blood pressure correctly, and output is being measured correctly. By checking the situation thoroughly, the nurse can determine whether to report the findings to the registered nurse. So that's the correct answer of the question. If you have any question, just leave a comment. I will be answering you as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. Until next question, bye bye.